Welcome to the Credolab Optional Modules Integration tutorial. Today, we'll guide you through the simple process of integrating optional modules into your iOS application. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a fully integrated optional modules. Let's get started. The Credolab SDK is designed to be modular, allowing you to select the features you need. The core module of the SDK does not require any permissions, so you can integrate it without needing to request permissions from the user. However, there are additional modules that are categorized based on permissions. We recommend including a module if your application already declares the necessary permissions, or if you plan to enhance the collected dataset with additional metadata to improve Credolab's analysis. Let's take a closer look at them. This slide represents the modules that can be optionally added to the overall data collection process. As mentioned, they require specific permissions and permissions must be declared in the info.plist file. Let's walk through a step-by-step guide for adding modules to the existing project. First, let's update CocoaPods file in your project. Open the Finder. Open pod file in your project folder. Next, open docs.credolab.com in your browser, select iOS SDK and go to the integration page. In the Declared Dependency section, copy the following modules declaration. Next, go back to the pod file and paste copied modules. Next, in the documentation, open iOS section to get the latest modules version. This value pastes to the pod file instead of XYZ for all declared modules in the file. Once it is done, the next step is to install the modules. Open the terminal window and execute pod install command. Next, go back to Xcode. First, we need to add the required permissions. To do this, open the project's info.plist file as a property list. Next, open the iOS page in the documentation. Copy permissions based on the included modules and paste them to the info.plist file. Make it for all included modules. Once permissions are included, add the corresponding description for each of them. In the upcoming step, we'll implement necessary updates related to the application module. To integrate application module, the initial step involves adding URL schemas into the info.plist file within your project. Maximum 50 schemas are allowed. Let's open info.plist file as source code for convenient. Go to the documentation and open the iOS integration page. On this page, navigate to the Application Module section. Click on iOS Common URL Schemas Recipe. Here are 50 common URL schemas related to specific applications. If you need to customize this list, please contact the Credolab team. Copy the schemas along with the key and paste it into the plist file of your project. Switch the presentation of the info file to a property list to ensure no error and correct recognition of the content. In the upcoming step, we'll jump into the code to include additional modules. First, import all the previously declared modules. Using the Credo App Service Builder instance, call the Add Module method to sequentially add each of the imported modules. Optionally, call the setForceResolvePermissions method. If true is passed, the SDK requests permissions automatically. If false is passed, the SDK omits the permission request, and you have to ensure request permissions yourself before starting the data collection process. The default value is true. Now, you can launch the application and upload the dataset containing additional metadata. This is all for now. Please check out our other tutorials. If you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to our team.